Okay, so we have 400 broken pages. We ranked number 7 for best plumbers in Idaho. Oh, hey, SEO Moz fans. I'm Cyrus Shepard. Today I'm talking about SEO reports, specifically how to create 10x SEO reports. I've got hundreds of SEO reports like this in my career, and I got to tell you, it's useless. No one is reading those. And this is unfortunate because this is your direct way to communicate the value of what you're doing, drive action, and essentially make more money with your job. Now, a good SEO report tries to accomplish 3 things. You want to tie the report directly to your business metric. You want to show the value of SEO, what you're doing, how SEO is delivering to those business metrics. And finally, you want to drive action. When people read your SEO report, you want them to take action on specific things, fix site issues, those sort of things, etc. But people make a lot of mistakes. Typically, and if you've created SEO reports, if you've read SEO reports, you've seen these mistakes over and over and over again. Your SEO report, it's not a site audit. It's not a list of every single thing that is wrong, every single traffic metric. It's usually just the top things, the things that we want to focus people's attention on. And your SEO report is not something that only delivers good news. You see these time and time again, SEO reports, they paint a rosy picture, but people aren't dumb. They know that if their business is not improving and you're continually delivering good news, you're not really tying SEO to the business. So we want to create even reports. Now, over the years, with the reports I've created, I find that there's generally 5 key things that you want to include in every SEO report that helps you drive action and show the value of SEO and ultimately help you make more money. The first thing that you want to include in every SEO report are KPIs. These are key performance indicators. These tie directly to your business metrics. And generally you want to include about 2 to 4 of these. And you want to keep them top of mind. Now, generally in SEO, these can be conversions, goals, e-commerce, how many things are you selling? It can be sign-ups for your email newsletter. It can be downloads. Generally, anything having to do with money, your business metrics, your key performance indicators, these are good things to include. Now, a good tip when reporting on your key performance indicator, organic traffic, the SEO work that you do, is often the last conversion channel that people will use. So it's good to use assisted conversions. This is often found in Google Analytics or whatever analytics program that you use. And this will set a look-back window and show how organic traffic, how your SEO efforts contributed, even if their last visit was direct. So it's good researching that and understanding how you can use assisted conversions in your reporting. Another key performance indicator that is very common in SEO reports is traffic. In fact, some people like to lead with it. I like to lead with the business metrics, but it's inevitable that if you're doing an SEO report, you're going to include traffic. Now, if you want to make that traffic report a little more valuable, you need comparisons, generally month-to-month comparisons, or more useful, year-over-year comparisons. And this helps avoid the problem of like traffic was down because of Christmas or a certain holiday or regional events. So when you compare year-over-year, you can show actual performance that varies a little more reasonably. Second, and this is where a lot of people stumble, search visibility or share of voice, SOV. Now, where people stumble is this is not a rankings report. A lot of SEO reports include rankings, and rankings, I gotta say, really aren't the best thing to include in your reports. Rankings fluctuate. They're so personalized from country, device, individuals, and so including rankings for individual keywords really is not very informative. Fortunately, there are many great alternatives that you can include that are much superior to rankings. The first being search visibility. Search visibility, you'll find this in many SEO tools. Moz has it, different SEO tools have it. And it's basically an estimation of clicks for all your tracked keywords. So if you're tracking hundreds or thousands of keywords, search visibility can show you an estimation of how much traffic you're actually getting from those keywords based on rank and search volume, things like that. Share of voice is very similar to that, but it's not based on clicks, it's based on visibility and volume. For enterprise, Stat does an excellent job with share of voice. And what's cool about share of voice is it tracks all of your keywords against all of your competitors for those keywords. So if you have 200 keywords, ranking for, best plumbers in Wisconsin, it will show you where all your competitors are and how much of that traffic you're actually gaining, whether it's 13% or 30%. And that way you can track against your competitors. It's a much better metric than those individual keywords that don't tell you much. And finally, if you don't have access to the premium SEO tools, you can do something which is called a rank index. AJ Cohn has an excellent post on this. It's a little older, but still very relevant. We'll link to it in the post below. And rank index is basically grouping all of your keywords by type. For example, maybe they all have the word plumber in them, and you track their rankings together as a group, hundreds or thousands of keywords, and you can see fluctuations. That gives you a much better performance indicator than those individual keywords. Third, site health. This is your on-page work, your technical SEO. This, again, where most people stumble, this is not an audit. You don't want to list every issue on your site, all the 404s, all the 500s, things like that, because no one really wants to read those things. They get very repetitive. Instead, you want to focus only on your most important issues. Generally, when I create an SEO report, that's 3 to 5 issues. If people want more information, you can deliver it to them. You can give them in-depth downloads, site stats, all that. But for the report, we only want to focus people's attention on 3 to 5 issues that they can actually fix, that you want them to work on. So we're going to list the most important issues on there that we want them to take action on. Now, something that I do, kind of a pro tip, when you're writing your site health report, use the word because. When you use the word because, it helps people take action. For example, we have a lot of 404 pages on the site because we introduced some new broken links. That tells people that we have a problem, this is why, and they want to take action. Also, if you've made any progress since the last time you showed the report, you fixed those 404s, this is a good place to include it. So one thing I like to include that often isn't is content performance. This is your top content, whether it's a blog or whatever content you produce, by links, shares, and traffic. Now, the reason I like to point out to the site owners content performance is because I want to show them what's performing well to encourage them to create more of it. I want to drive action through recommendations. This content, this blog post that Brittany wrote, did very, very well. We should have Brittany write another one on this. And you can suggest topics, keywords, authors. But by doing this, you're helping your client or your boss or whatever help you by creating that content that's going to do well. Also, if you want to highlight low-performing content or content that has gone stale and is going down, this is also a helpful place to do that, just to help inform the decisions of your content team. And 5, this is probably the most important one. This is the crux of the SEO report, opportunities. Opportunities is the key that you're trying to drive here. And these are recommendations. Based on everything that we've talked about here, what are the 4 or 5 most important things that we can do right now to improve SEO next month? You want to prioritize. This is the most important. This is the second. And we want to employ KISS. If you're not familiar with KISS, it's an acronym. Keep it simple, stupid. You're not stupid. You're just going to keep it simple. You want to make your recommendations as simple and easy to follow as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. We're not going to include everything. A lot of SEO reports want to list, dozens of things. We want to hold those back. I mean, if you have dozens of fixes that you need fixed on the site, it's probably not a great thing to put them in there because you're going to overwhelm your clients and bosses and people taking action. Again, 4 to 5 a month or whatever sort of cadence you're on, weekly, monthly, and how many things you think your client can reasonably tackle. Next month, you'll give them 4 to 5 more, and you'll stay employed and you'll continually have a new list of things to work on. And you want to make sure they're tied to the KPIs. We want to fix these because they directly influence these. And in fact, I want to shake things up a little bit. I know we listed number 5 as opportunities. Don't end your report with that. Make opportunities the number 1 thing in your report. open it up, here are the opportunities, and then here are KPIs, search visibility, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, so they know exactly what they should be working on. We just released a new guide on SEO reporting. You should check it out, and we released some new functionality in Moz Pro 2 if you're into that sort of thing. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and if you like this, please share. Thanks, everybody.